How? So if I want to impress Natsuki, hers. Hers was so weird though. Am I only selecting words Sayori likes right now? Hey, she liked cute. She likes kiss. I was made for loving you, baby. Let's go with awesome. Do we guess fun? No. Romance? No. Sayori likes it though. Color? No. Lollip. Bubbles? Yeah, dude. I mean, I still don't feel like just words are enough to like her poem style. Just the words here are kind of hard to. Playground, of course, dude. Sweet, maybe? Vivacious. No, not sweet. Kitty. Doki Doki. Doki Doki. It's in the title. That's the sound a car makes. Skirt. I might be a bit too proud of that one. Of course, she likes strawberries. Lipstick. Sugar. Socks. Swimsuit. Kawaii. Candy. Yeah. She doesn't like love and stuff. She likes candy. Another day passes. I guess I took sweet twice or cute twice. Another day passes. Yeah. Hi, twice. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. You're still not used to seeing you in the club. I see, that's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's almost the simple things with you anyways. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. That's not like you at all. Well, oh shit, that's bright. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Eh? Why that all of a sudden? Yeah, I just wanted to be increase the brightness in the room. But that's not good. Oh no. Okay. Kinda messed up now. They don't work anymore. Damn you, IKEA. Weird lighting. Light. Oops. Let's not worry about it too much right now. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Opens it upside down. 2 small coins fall out. Ah, I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. It's simple, my dear. Watson. If you had enough money in the first place, you could have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would have to lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves the other one option. What? I give up. Am I freaking detective? Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Hey, I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book, as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Tobias to let me borrow some money. Money? Tell Tobias to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that at yours, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Ah, did I just didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right though. I did something bad and now I have to accept retribution. That still coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? And an angle? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. Is she gonna drag me down now? Bitch. So I had to drag Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Ow, what was that? A cookie? Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction though. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. Oh, good. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot just over one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Ah, yours look really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers, but yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki and wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey, did you seriously just do that? Mouth full, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. You're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the clubroom. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. She is pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. Nah, that's true. Excuse me? Suddenly, the doors swing open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monica shows the club over her boyfriend after all. So you're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense though. We would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I kind of just started recently. Always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. That's... Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down. Monica smiles sweetly. She's gonna break her back, dude. Ah, I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. And I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose to leave out. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has settled down. Sayuri somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book. And Natsuki disappeared into the closet. So I don't get to choose who to spend time with or anything like that. Yeah. Don't worry, I kept my promise. I pulled the first volume of Parfait Girls out of my bag. Natsuki takes it from my hands and quickly turns it over, presumably to check for wrinkles. I'm not that careless. I handle manga all the time, you know. I just wanted to make sure. Can you blame me for being paranoid? Is it time for episode 2 of the Parfait Girls? I don't blame you. Well, anyway, let me put this one back. I'm gonna go get the next one, okay? Natsuki makes her way to the closet. I follow. 7 minutes in heaven? So, you're gonna tell me everything you thought, right? Where did this volume leave off again? I forget. Ah, the chapter ended when Minori and Alice found Monica. Natsuki's voice resonates out from inside the closet. Eh? I peer inside. All of Natsuki's books are lined up on the top shelf. Did you move my manga again? Ah, sorry. The teacher got mad at me for taking up so much space in her closet. So I had to move some stuff around and clean up a little bit. It's all still there, I just had to organize it a bit. Ah. The top shelf is far above Natsuki's head. She makes a futile hop, trying to figure out how to reach her manga. Jeez, this is so inconvenient. I'm moving this all back down. There's plenty of room on these shelves, and besides, they're really pretty to look at when they're all lined up. Why would you waste that on the top shelf? Ah, Natsuki. There's a stool on the wall there. In the closet, there's a collapsible stool that's hanging on the wall. If you want, I can reach up there and hand them to you. I can get them myself. He grabs the stool. You think I'm too short or something? I mean, I knew it. Well, you know what? Just watch me. Watch me whip, now watch me nay. Careful, I know what I'm doing. Standing on the stool, Natsuki's fingertips reach the top shelf. The stool would be enough for me to easily grab the books. Yeah, she gonna die. Natsuki uses her fingers to scoot one of the smaller boxes to the edge of the shelf. See? Yeah, the box suddenly tips. Natsuki barely catches it before it falls to the floor. The stool wobbles. Wah! Losing balance, Natsuki hops off the stool. Thankfully, she was able to stay on her feet. She holds the box triumphantly. There, having almost fell, Natsuki is a bit shaken up. There's no way you'll be able to get the bigger boxes like that. I can reach them, so just... I said I can do it. I don't want your help, okay? I'm gonna go get a chair, so just hang on. She forces her way past me out of the closet. Let's see. The classroom chairs have desks attached, so they're too inconvenient to fit into the closet. Oh no, not the computer chairs with the wheels and stuff. She's gonna die. Yeah. Natsuki climbs onto the chair and slowly balances onto her feet. I just stand by and watch. There we go. I can easily do it now. Natsuki grabs a stack of manga and bends down to put it on the shelf below. Wow. The chair swivels. Natsuki catches herself on the shelf. What are you doing? Can you at least hold the chair steady instead of sitting and doing nothing? Who was it who told me not to help? Yeah, I got you. I hold the chair while Natsuki reaches back up. I can almost see. I can almost see up her skirt. I forced myself to turn away. Natsuki seriously didn't think this through. Or did she? Maybe she's a giant slut. Once she realizes, I'll be dead. Up. Natsuki wraps her arms around the parfait girl's box set, easily the largest one on the shelf. Ooh, heavy. 8 bias. I don't think I can bend down without falling. Hurry and take this one. Eh? But then I have to let go of the chair. That's fine. Just for a second. Hurry up. Alright. Let me stand up. I slowly release my grip from the chair. What do you mean, stand up? Natsuki looks at me. Why are you all the way back? Eh? Natsuki looks like she just realized something, but she loses her balance if she moves. Natsuki, the box. What are you looking at? You're trying to look at my... Natsuki's legs shake. I'm not, I was just... Don't try to move. Just give me the box. You perv? You set me up. Go away. Get out. But I'll do it myself. Is Natsuki stupid or something? The chair suddenly swivels beneath Natsuki's feet. Yeah! The scene turns into chaos in a split second. The chair flies from under Natsuki's feet. Frantically, I try to catch her. The box topples out of her hand and the books go flying. I got you. Fresh? The full force of Natsuki's body against me throws me to the ground. No, not the parfait girls. Not the girls. Oh, she tries to shield herself. My right arm and my back seriously felt the impact. Slowly, Natsuki comes to her senses. She presses her arm straight into me to prop herself up. Eh? Natsuki seems to realize that it's not the floor that's beneath her. Ugh, gross. A fist pounds into my chest. Natsuki then hoists herself onto her feet. What were you thinking, you sicko? Everything okay over there? I heard a loud noise. Monica suddenly peers in. Monica? See what happens when you put the manga on the top shelf. Are you trying to kill your club members or something? Jeez. Sorry. And one more thing. It seems like your most recent club member is a total pervert. It's not wrong though. So I hope you're happy. I didn't. Somehow it's impossible for me to explain this all bizarre situation to Monica. I didn't do anything, I swear. I know, don't worry. Looks like I'm off the hook. Oh no, eh? I look down. Natsuki is kneeling on the floor, holding one of the books that are scattered all over. There's a large diagonal crease along the page that she's desperately trying to smooth out. It must have landed on the page. Natsuki tries a bit more to fix the crease, but she can't get it out. Suddenly, she gives up and slams the book shut, then throws it on the floor. Instead of continuing to yell, she just lowers her head. She's crying. Are you? No? Her voice squeaks. I see tears on her face. I'll help you get the crease out, okay? It's partially my fault, so. Natsuki shakes her head, still looking down. No, I don't even care that much. I'm just having a really bad day today. It's that time of the month. I didn't mean to take it out on you. I really didn't mean to. It's fine. Is there anything you want to talk about? Natsuki shakes her head. Just every day I'm shuffling is so hard. I just want to come to the club and... You'll find me in the club, a bottle full above. Natsuki falls silent again. I can't press her, so I can only do what I know how to do. That sentence was not correct. Alright. I mean, the way I said it is not correct. Well, I'll help you clean this up, and I'll move the rest of your manga for now. I pick up volume 2 of Parfait Girls. We'll set this one aside. This'll help cheer you up a bit, right? We can get started on it once I'm done here. Natsuki looks up with her glassy eyes. Her lip quivers. You're really nice to me, eh? That sounds really strange coming from Natsuki. I didn't expect it at all. Well, I'm just treating you like a friend, you know. Natsuki lowers her head and stifles another sob. I'm not sure what happened to her today, but being nice is the least I could do. The next couple minutes are silent between us as I begin gathering the scattered books. I make sure to slip them into the box in their correct order. After a little bit, Natsuki starts helping. It isn't long before we're done and I hoist the box onto the shelf where Natsuki wanted to put it. Then I get on the stool and quickly finish moving the rest of her books from the top shelf. Alright, that should do it. I hop off the stool. Natsuki averts her gaze. Thanks. Ah, it's nothing. Natsuki is holding the volume I set aside in her hands. Alright, I'm ready. Good. Even if you weren't, I'd make you anyway. You're taking responsibility for what you said. The thing about cheering me up. If you insist. We sit in the same spot as last time and I open up the second volume. Natsuki's mood quickly improves, laughing and pointing things out to me. He's surprisingly sharp, making note of a lot of subtle repeated jokes and background elements. In the end, I'm pretty impressed by how everything ties together in this manga. I guess Natsuki has good taste after all. Oh, it's time to share poems again. Even you sound more enthusiastic this time. Well, I am starting to get into it, you know. Hey, told you. Yeah. I return to my seat and slip the book into my bag. Let's start with Natsuki. She reads my poem, she keeps glancing at me, then back at the poem. By now, she must have read it more than once. Brr. Is that bad? No, it's not. It's good, it's really good, okay? There, I said it. This wasn't supposed to happen at all. Why can't you just be bad at this? My poems are supposed to impress you, not the other way around. You're trying to impress me? Obviously. You think I'd let you enjoy yours writing more than mine? Give me a break. Well, in that case, what's the problem with me trying to impress you? I'll tell you. Natsuki's face freezes, like she just realized something. You're trying to impress me? Natsuki vigorously scans her eyes over my poem one more time. Then the poem slips out of her hand and flutters to the ground. Or, I have to use the bathroom. Red-faced, Natsuki quickly walks out of the room. Hey Tobias, did you do something to Natsuki? I just saw her rush out like that. You didn't do anything terrible, did you? No, I just told her that. My voice gets caught in my throat. There's no way I could tell Monika that I'm trying to impress Natsuki. Monika sees the poem lying on the floor and swiftly picks it up. She reads through it, her smile not fading from her face. I see. You wrote this for Natsuki, didn't you? Is it that obvious? Not really. In fact, didn't she like your poem a lot the other day too? I'm surprised you know her taste so well already. Are you sure you're not cheating, Tobias? Cheating? What do you mean by that? Never mind, I'm just kidding. I didn't understand Monika's joke at all. Anyway. How do you think Natsuki feels about you? Oh, you don't need to answer that. It was just something for you to think about. Yeah, I'm gonna get... Oh no, Battle Eye is gonna take me for cheating, dude. Oh man. Did you read this, Monika? Of course, I liked it. You should really stop reading things that aren't for you, you know? You have a bad habit of doing that. But Tobias wrote this poem, and we're supposed to share with everyone, right? Natsuki freezes. She apparently forgot that my poem is technically for everyone to read. Okay, well I think Tobias is done sharing this poem with everyone. It's not like anyone would want to read this anyway. In fact, I'm just going to hold on to this, if you insist. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Like what? Never mind. Natsuki, I'll give you the poem, but that's still not very fair to Sayori. She hasn't got to read it yet. So what? Well, I guess Tobias is right, Natsuki. It's not fair if you don't let everyone finish reading it. Fine. And I get my poem back. It's not like she's going to like it though. Anyways, read my poem now. And no, I won't let you keep it. This is my only copy. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Obviously she's crazy. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good. Yeah. If Amy is not alive tomorrow, you might want to read that poem again. Anyways, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. She's gonna be sleeping with the fishes. Like anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course, it's about everyone who thinks that does. Oh, it's about Monica. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Oh no, Natsuki is Amy and spiders are manga. But that just makes people stupid. Is this the whole gameplay loop? You write a poem and read their poems? Well, you're definitely right. At least I can relate to that. And I'm sure a lot of people can too. But I've been, well, sharing my writing with you so far, so consider yourself lucky, okay? Well, thanks for being honest. Jeez. Just look forward to tomorrow too, okay? Alright, I will. Oh, you can even skip now. How does save work, by the way? It's just... I guess I still want to go through everyone's dialogue. Or does it have any... Oh, I couldn't skip. I saw the skip link. This is so good. I love it. Especially after yesterday's poem. Especially? You're too honest sometimes, Sayori. No, but really. I want to put this on my wall. Can I? I've already promised it. You must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you didn't like it just because I wrote it? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem, it's a Tobias poem. And that makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. But that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? You want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might up getting hurt at some point. Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad. I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug. And make a nice happy rainbow. That's unexpectedly poetic. Thanks, Tobias. I should go to write it down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. But there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe. And I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in bottles, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends, each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friends feel a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies, digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelves could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done, I open up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. Holy crap! Did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday that I was gonna write the best poem ever? Yeah, but... this is actually good. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm used to being... maybe because I'm used to you being so cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Okay. Seeing the passion, blah blah blah. Did everyone write the longest freaking poems this time? Are you still mad at me? For disrespecting Natsuki yesterday. Because reading this poem, now I know why you got mad at me. Because you prefer her writing over mine. That's not really true. Meaning when I disrespected her, I disrespected you too, didn't I? Oh no. Yuri, you might be reading into this a little too much. How could I be so stupid? I always let these things happen. Whenever I think before I speak. I just come off as awkward and unlikable. Oh, I'm sorry for this. But if I speak without thinking, the things I want to keep inside come out and make people hate me. So please don't force yourself to be around me. I know this is what Monica wants. But it's not fair to you when you could be enjoying your time with Natsuki and Sayori. Yuri, please. It makes it easier for me if you don't express any concern. Besides, I have my books with me. That's all I need. Yuri smiles sadly and puts her head down on her desk. I'm frustrated. I don't hate her. But it's as if she's not capable of listening to me over her own thoughts. I sigh to myself. All I can do is accept that that's how she is. I guess I should just skip Yuri next time. Hi again, Tobias. That was kind of silly with Natsuki earlier, wasn't it? I'm glad the two of you have been getting along so well. That's one way of putting it. Anyway, I already read your poem, but you can go ahead and read mine now. Okay. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms, squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? Load me, daddy. I guess it's just the way I write. Sorry if you didn't like it. I never said that. It's just a kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space the word can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really make it feel like... The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind. Oh. What That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, everyone, we're all done reading each other's poems, right? We have something extra planned today. So if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last minute preparations. Don't worry so much, we're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the events. Okay, that's great and all. But that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Ah, sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica? Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori is putting it on all the posters in case anyone wants to come prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting these posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no, it's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with you, Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys, no, Sayori. I understand where they are coming from. I remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah! It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself. I didn't know I performed literature every day. Finding new horizons and having fun. That's right! And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place. I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around. I guess I don't really have any choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh, you'll be fine. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem. Choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way, Monica, this is too sudden. If you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no, don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to the specified poem. She then stands behind the podium. The way they fly. Ahem. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finished this recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Thank you so much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. What? Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Clutches a paper, keeping her head down, she walks quietly to the podium. This poem is called... You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as he starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transforms into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back to reality. Oop, there goes gravity. And glances around her as if she is bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone knows me afterward. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught off guard. That we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Thank you for sharing. So Yuri is next up. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori. It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out best that way. Somehow it feels like her soft voice must be a perfect match. It isn't aimless as cheery, it's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew, through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Tobias liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little bit more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. Then next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know? Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Tobias. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Tobias lower everyone's standard. Oh, I have like 2. Yeah. Everyone's staring at me. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finished, I received applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that will improve over time though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. I'm going. She makes her way to the poem. This poem is called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyways, the poem is called Jump. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and a rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finished and everyone applauds. She hops back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again. Ah well. Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite the poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people, but when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so. Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it is like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Ah, yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out real nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday is the big day. I can't wait. I can't do this. I stand up. There's no way I will be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. It's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica. Then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Tobias, you don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. Ah, no wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... Sayori fumbles with her words. So let's just say that one day Natsuki asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Why not both? Walking home with Natsuki, huh? Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? I think I would be afraid of what she'd do to me if I turned her down. Isn't she so fun and cute and fun to be around? That has nothing to do with what I just said. You admitted it. Jeez. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen. Well, maybe. But I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know? Need you? Sayori. I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry. Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you. If you say so. The conversation trails off and I'm left feeling awkward. Yeah. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Is it poem time again?